In chapter 6.1, finding square roots, I have here in the box the terminology for radicals. So the green is called the radical sign, which is the square root, which we also call 16, or any number inside the radical sign is called the radicand. Okay. Perfect squares, I have it here in a box, and they continue on. But perfect squares is any number multiplied by itself. So 0 times 0 is 0, 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9. So my perfect squares would be the red. So if you see any of these numbers and they ask you, is this a perfect square? Yes. Let's say, is 64 a perfect square? Yes, because 8 times 8. I multiplied by the same number. So let's answer some of these questions here. So it says find the square root. Okay, here, there's some properties of square roots that this can also mean square root of 49 over square root of 4, and just put right here so it won't confuse any of you. Okay, so I can split it up like that into my numerator and my denominator. Now this negative is hanging outside, so I gotta take the square root of those. So square root of 4 would be 2, right? Square root of 4 would be 2. So 2 over 49 would be 7. So square root of 49 would be 7, and that negative is hanging out there. So it multiplies to the number. So my number would be a negative 2 over 7. Now here it says find the square roots of the number. Okay, so if my number is 9, my square roots would be 3 and negative 3. Now, why 3 and negative 3? Because 3 times 3 equals 9, and negative 3 times a negative 3 equals 9. Remember, I'm taking the square root, so it's got to be the same number multiplied by itself. A negative and a negative make a positive, so both of these give you the same solution. So it would be 3 and negative 3. Evaluate the expression. So here, the 3 and the square and this radical sign are being multiplied. They're right next to each other. It's like saying 3x. Okay, so 3 times the square root of 16 minus 5. Okay, so this square root is only under the 16. So let's find the square root first. So I have 3 and whatever that square root is minus 5. Well, the square root of 16 is 4. Okay, then I have 3 times 4 is 12 minus 5 equals 7.